Coach, how are you?
I read a story today, and let's backtrack a little bit. Yesterday, I was asked, was Cuban a threat in the Mavericks to sign Darren? You guys remember that? I said, yeah, okay, they're a threat. But I think somebody forgot the rest of the story. After I said that, because anybody that's under the cap would be a threat to get a guy that's unbelievable point guard.
Right.
But I said, I believe he has every intention to re-sign with us because he's involved in what we're doing at the Barclays Center. He spends a lot of time with us behind the scenes. I can go on and on. His brother is going to be going to prep school in our area. So I think because of that, I said he has every intention to re-sign with us. Okay? So I think somebody kind of got it twisted where the focus was more on the threat and saying that I said that I think he's going to Dallas, which I never said.
You never said that.
Never said that. So I just wanted to clear the air because, you know, I'm an educated man and I want to make sure people can read. Okay? So I believe, again, that he has every intention. We know it's not a done deal until we get him signed. All right? So that's what I did today.
Were you unhappy with the way some of that stuff was written, Avery?
I was. Yeah, I was. Because, you know, because of my experience in the media, I have a better understanding of, you know, how to communicate. And I try to be fair with you guys and giving you time. And, but again, to get the story straight, I believe that he has every intention to re-sign with us, and we're going to do everything humanly possible to make sure that happens. Harp.
Yeah, but the fans in Dallas can fantasize, can't they?
Yeah. But again, you know, Eddie, I think it goes both ways because after the season is over, they'll have some guys that are going to be free agents. And I'm sure they're going to have every intention to re-sign their guys, but I think some of their guys have even mentioned that Brooklyn may be an option. All right? So that's basically where I am. So that's what I did today.
All right.
Avery, you saw the reaction Dwight got from Nets fans when he was in New Jersey. Do you expect any of the same type of reaction with Darren here in Dallas?
I'm sure it's human nature. You know, Darren is from this area. You know, we were watching him when he was playing high school ball here, and you know, he's got a lot of family here, and you know, his mother-in-law and father-in-law lives here. You can go on, and they're all great people. But I like seeing him at Nets games, okay? You know, but that's just human nature. It's human nature.
Speaking of Nets games, let's talk about your expectations this kind of unofficial second half after the All-Star break. And with Brooke in the mix, what kind of expectations do you have for this team?
You know, we got to get off to good starts. You know, if we get off to good starts, we can't come and, you know, we had a 14-point deficit in the first quarter, had 5 or 6 turnovers. We got to get Brooke going. And, you know, it's only been 2 games, but we got to get Brooke going. And Brooke's going to have to defend the basket, and we got to take care of the basketball. If we do those things and we play with the type of energy we played with against Philadelphia and Philly, or New York in New York, or Chicago in Chicago, then we can be a very competitive team. But if we lay eggs like we did in some of our other games, especially the ones that were at home, we're not going to be very good. This is an experienced machine that we're playing against tonight. These guys, they know what they're doing. You know, and Kidd is orchestrating it. He runs the point, you know, better than, you know, anybody in the history of the position. Dirk is great, and you know, with his pick and rolls, and really the key to this team is Jason Terry. And it's been that way for years. It's not just Dirk, it's not just Kidd, but it's Jason Terry with the way he can score prolifically at times, and Sean Marion with his offensive rebounding.
And just the status of Jordan Farmar.
Yeah, Farmar's out tonight. He's improving. He's out shooting around a little bit. We hope to have him on Friday, and if we don't have him Friday, we'll have him Sunday. So, you know, for us, we need a good dose of good help. I used to like to start different lineups at times, but not 17 different lineups. All right, okay.
Coach, you
All right.
have
Go
a
ahead.
unique perspective on Dirk, and this year there was a lot of concern about him early in the season. But
Yeah.
watching as he's playing now, what are your thoughts on how Dirk looks getting ready for this game?
Well, he's getting back in Dirk type of conditioning. See, his conditioning early in the season may be good for other players,
Sure.
but not for him. And I think if you remember that one year where he was coming off, all of the Olympic stuff,
Yes.
I rested him, I think, for about 2 weeks
Correct.
during preseason, and then bring him back so he can really get in great Dirk type of shape.
Sure.
It wasn't rest, it was active rest. And I see Rick has done the same thing. They said, no, we're not going to just let him go on vacation. We're going to rest him. And now you see Dirk with his pick and pops, with his pull-up threes, with the way he's getting involved defensively. Now you're starting to see the old Dirk.
We had Gerald Green come through here at one point in time a few years ago. What, if any, expectations do you have in your guys signing him?
Well, for us, Mark, he needs to play. We playing Deshaun Stevenson out of position. He's not a 3, he's a 2.
Sure.
And the guys that we had planned on at 3 with Damian James and Sean Williams and Keith Bogans, those guys all got broken feet.
Yeah.
So, we need Gerald to come in and give us some minutes because we don't have a lot of athleticism at that position. If you look at what Sean Marion is doing, rebounding, running the floor, this team fools everybody talking about they're old, but I see Sean Marion and Vince Carter running the floor, and we need guys like Gerald Good to give us some athleticism so that we can throw it ahead sometimes.
What was your take on the Mavericks championship last year? Was that something when you were here that you saw building and something that would eventually happen?
Yeah, I thought it would eventually happen. And for me, I was happy because Rick Carlisle deserved it. This was his 3rd coaching stint. He's a great coach. And also the guys that had been a part of that 2006 finals, I'm glad that they had another taste and another chance at it. And I think that fueled them because once you get there and you don't win it, you don't know if you're going to get back. Okay.